So you remember a few days ago, Guy and I went out to have some fun, and we did a few driveways, and we went down a big private road. And I've been down that private road a lot of times over the years, but I hadn't been down there probably since early last summer. I knew there was a little section of that road that had some really, really bad potholes in it, but I couldn't remember what section it was. And as you can see, I found out the hard way. Just really deep holes, big violent bounces on the tractor a few times, and then the smash. I have a feeling it's one of my wrenches or my socket sets or whatever I have in behind the seat that must have bumped up and hit the glass. I honestly don't know what else it could have been, but either way, I'm going to clean it up, get the stuff out of the tractor, and try to cover that up with some cardboard. But in the meantime, I'll give you an update on some of the stuff around the cottage because I know a lot of you folks are interested. Cheers. I'll bet you this was the culprit right there because it was sitting right in against the window, and that's a pretty heavy hook. I figured it's been a while, and I've promised you folks I'll always give you regular updates every 4, 5, 6 months on some of the different pieces of equipment that I've purchased, just to let you know how it's performing over time. Anything you buy off the shelf usually works the first day, but I like to keep up on things and let you guys know how it's working out. You'll remember August 16th, I installed this Guard Pro. And I have to admit, even in these negative temps so far, it's really working well. It continues to connect, it records, it catches motion properly, and believe it or not, I'm still on the same set of batteries I installed in August. So not bad. I mean, they're down below 20%, so I'm not sure how much longer they're going to last. About 4 or 5 weeks ago, I changed the setting from photos on motion to 1-minute videos because I want to see how long it takes to get those batteries burned out. So 2 thumbs up still on the Guard Pro E9. The security cameras. These Reolinks, I think I have 5 of them now here and 2 at the house. As I mentioned to you, I am still 2 thumbs up on these cameras. You'll remember that Argus PT over there, tilts and pans. I think this is the 4th winter for sure, possibly the 5th I've had that camera. And as you know, I installed the other ones early this last spring, and they're still working great. They're all on solar panels. Now, in all fairness, they're facing south, and they've got a clean shot to the sun, but they work consistently and reliably still to this day, even in these negative temperatures. So I'm still big on these Reolinks. Like I said before, they're not fancy cameras and they're not really expensive, but I think they're good value for the money. So still here in the middle of winter, working great. And then we've got the Wyze camera. That's a different story. So many of you good folks had suggested that I try out these Wyze cameras, WYZE. So I purchased one, and I've got to be honest, either I got a defective unit or they're just not that great, because they will connect reliably from the city over Wi-Fi, just like the others. However, it fails to capture motion. Unless I'm standing right here, about 5-6 feet away from it, it'll catch me here. But here at the front of the car, or the truck, if I'm standing here, and I am about, I would say a good 15 to 18 feet away, won't catch you. So even though I've changed the sensitivity, I've moved the camera a bit to try to change the angle of it, it just does not pick up motion. It just does not work. So I've got no events. And what happens quite regularly is the Reolink will send me a notification on my phone telling me there's been motion. I'll check it, I'll see the motion, whatever animal, whether it's a deer or some other type of animal walking through. The Wyze, nothing. And I'll give you a great example. A few weeks back, right around 10:30, 11 o'clock at night in the dark, I had 2 moose come down the driveway over there, and they came right through here. Well, moose, I think it's just moose, but the guard pro picked it up instantly, got both moose. I got a 1-minute video clip, nice and clear in the dark, even though it was pitch dark out. Moose came out over here, and I'll just give you some perspective. Came through these trees, and as they came into this area right here, my Reolink Argus picked them up from the corner of the house. So I got clear video there. The moose, both of them, kind of wandered their way up through here, right around the front of this car, or the truck, and continued off into the forest. Wyze camera, nothing. So the Reolink got them. My Guard Pro E9 got them. Both nice clear shots in the dark. The Wyze camera, nothing. So I realize it's not a statistically valid sampling for whether it's a good camera or not. I mean, it's just one camera. So like I said, either they're just not as good as the Reolinks as far as the way they're built, or maybe I got a defective unit. Last thing up, one of my best finds to date. This Firman generator, Firman 5700, this has got to be one of the best gems I've ever found. You may recall years ago I had problems with my Generac in the solar system. I needed a backup generator. I didn't want to spend $5,000 on a Honda, and I found this for $750 at Lowe's. I've had this for, I believe this is the 7th winter. It has never been inside a garage. It's been sitting outside 365 days a year. It's got 120 and 240. I just plug it in and it runs the entire house. Has the biggest gas tank you can find. I think it's 8 gallons, it is. And it's electric start, plus it has a remote. And I just tested it a couple weeks ago, and after 7 years, the battery is finally done, so I need a new battery. But it also has a pull start. And unlike, your Kohlers and your B&S, this thing pulls as smooth as a Honda. It's a one-hand pull. It's a great little unit. Pumps out enough power to run this whole house. It'll run 5.7 kW or kilowatts. I just plug it into the house, I fire it up, and I can run the entire house. Furnace, microwave, my pumps, the water pump, the sewage pump. I can run anything in that house because I think my maximum demand load or my peak demand in that cottage is about 6 kW. And that thing just purrs away and it runs forever on that big tank of gas. $750 at Lowe's. A little better than $5,000 for a Honda, and she's still going strong. Starts up right away to this day. So hey, I think that captures everything I wanted to give you guys a quick update on. Let's get back to the video. Alrighty, well, that should do it, I think. Not so much that I'm worried about keeping the cold out, it's just I want to make sure that it's not easy for animals to get into the cab while I'm not here. So I think that'll do the trick. Not the fanciest job, it's just a cardboard box, and I piled a whole bunch of rolled up towels in behind just to put a little bit of pressure on it. But it is pretty stylish. So I think that'll wrap it up. Hope you guys found it helpful. Some of the updates on the equipment here in the midwinter. Really impressed with that game cam, that Guard Pro. That thing is really performing a lot better than I anticipated. And I'm still on the same set of batteries. So I got the glass ordered. Don't have a clue how much it cost. I didn't have the heart to ask. I just didn't want to know. It was a bad day. But hey, when it comes in, I will probably film the replacement. You guys know I'm not very technical, so depending on how hard it might be, I may not film it because, you know, it may end up being more of a laugh track than me actually showing you something helpful. But I'm sure my neighbor guy will help me out. I'm going to give Ralph a call because he's got his brand new nice heated garage that he built this year. And I'm sure he'd be happy to leave that in there for a few days to warm it up before we replace the glass. Apparently it's just an adhesive that you have to put on and then press the glass in and then leave it for 24 hours. It's going to be taped in or whatever. Mechanics are super nice at Larkin. I think Jim's going to take me aside when I get there and just walk me through the replacement and how to put the new glass in. So I'll probably film it. Thanks for sticking around today, guys. Have a great week. Please be kind to each other. And I'll see you again right here. I'm Gord Potter, and you've been watching GP Outdoors. Cheers.